Right, let's do assignment number 4, another angles and lines practice. So this is the same as the last one, just, well, it's the same tools, just different dimensions here. So we'll start with point A, and again, it doesn't matter where you start, but I like to start here because I'm not given the dimension from J to A. So I'm on my object line, good. So this is a distance of 80 units. Not too big, so zoom in. And again, I like to move that so it's not right next to my origin. Okay, but no big deal either way. Next, from this point, so from the end point of that one, we're going to draw one that's 135 degrees. So we can count 135, or 180 minus 135 is 40. So it always counts from the first quadrant to the second quadrant, third and fourth, and so on. So 45 degrees, and that distance from B to C is 40. Just type in 40 and enter. And then we go 105 degrees from here. So a lot of ways you can do it. You can just count 105 degrees. So each tick is 15 degrees. So there's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. And we got to go to 105. So there's 105 right there. And that is a distance of 30. 135 from here. So that's right here is 150. So 135 from that, so subtract 135 is going to be 15 degrees. And then that distance D to E is 20. And then we're going to go from E to F. We want 120 degrees. So here is, that's 165 minus 120, which is 45. Something's not adding up here. So that's 165 minus 120. It looks like it should be that. So let's see, what am I doing different here? Let's just count for a minute. Let's count units of, let's turn this off so it doesn't snap somewhere else. There's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. Hold on, does that look 90? Yeah, that doesn't look like 90. That looks like 90 right there. Counting a little bit wrong there. So 90. We need 120 from there. So 90 plus 30. So another 15, 30 right there. Yeah, that's 75. Okay, so from E to F is 50. And then from G to F is 105 degrees from here. So So 135, and this is 255. Is 120. We need 105, so not quite. 150 and 255. Yeah, that's 105 right there. So G to F, F to G is 60. Then another 105. So right here is 30. And then plus 105 is 135 this way. So G to H is 50. And then from that's 45 plus 105 is 150 right there. So I to H, H to I is 93.37. And then got to go 105 degrees. So there's 30 plus 105 is 135. That's a little easier that way. Okay, so that I to J is 89.03. And then, of course, the last one, we go to this endpoint. So I'm going to turn this snap back on and go right to that endpoint. And there we go. Escape, get out of that tool. And now we need to draw some circles. So this circle, let's see. So it goes over to 6.29. I don't want to draw a circle there. Let's just draw a line. So go to here, hold it till it says endpoint, drag it over, and it is 6.29 from that. Push enter, that's going to start drawing the circle, and it is 20 units high. So that's just the center of my circle. So I can start there, and circle has a diameter of 20, so push D for diameter. It's already set for diameter, I believe. Yeah, let's just do 20. I can get rid of this line. And then I can copy this because I have two circles of diameter 20. Copy this from the center. Just go straight over 65.42 units. Okay, there's my two circles. Now I need to draw this elongated hole right here. And I'm going to draw my line again. Okay, so from here, but hold it for a second, then draw over to the left 33.59. And then I can go straight up, and I don't know how far to go. I'm just going to draw something there. Then I'm going to offset this line 20 units. And where they intersect, that's where I'm going to draw my circle. Has a diameter. You can see the width of that slot is 16, so that's the diameter. And then let's copy that from the center along this line, 49.82 units. Get rid of that line and that line. Okay, now we need to draw tangent lines like we did on the last one. Hold shift, right mouse click, tangent. Now we can see the tangent icon there. Do the same thing, shift, right mouse click, tangent. And I can do the same thing, or I could just do offset a distance of 16 units. There we go. And we can see that's tangent. Then we can trim those two pieces right there. And that's it. And then, of course, we will put our dimensions in there, our angles mostly, so that we can make sure it's drawn correctly. And to do that, remember, so let's choose dimension line, choose the angle, If it's not there, you can click this arrow, choose angular, and do all these angles here from here to here. It needs to be, and right now, oops, I'm gonna take that off. Let's turn the snap off so it doesn't select to that circle automatically. Now that's tiny. Again, come to annotation, standard. Seems like last time I did this, it was a little bit small, or a little bit big. So I'm going to just do 20 rather than 25.4. See what that does. Okay. It's good. And then we'll just keep doing this here to here. Here to here. Just keep pushing enter to repeat the tool. Enter to repeat. You can see all my angles are correct. It's a good thing to check to make sure you drew it correctly. All we need as far as that goes, then we can do, let's see. You can just draw the other dimensions in. I'll let you do that in another one. So let's do a leader line just to show you that. So if you do, actually, if we choose to say the diameter, choose this one, and I need to change those. Oops, annotation, modify. Let's change the primary units to be probably 0. Well, this has two decimal places, so we can do 2. Set current. There we go, and I can double click on this, and at the very beginning, so push it over, and then I can do 2x. That means 2 times. That way I don't have to draw it to both of them. So on. But I think the rest of it you should be able to do. And then of course, don't forget to, before you plot it, go back to your title block. And make sure you can see everything. Can. That's probably okay, so I don't cut off that. If you need to change the scale settings, that's okay. Then don't forget to save it so that you include the correct assignment name. And we're good to go. Go ahead and push plot, and that's it.